Good evening, everyone. This is Professor Chisholm, and this is week 8 already. Can you believe it? So, a little bit of breathing room this week. We start actually getting into the project next week. So this is your week to really try to get your specific project, the one that you're going to settle with. Okay. So this week you're going to pick your best solution based on feedback and such, and you're going to take this week to refine it. So you want to go through and perfect everything. You're going to want to look at every little last detail and make sure that the grids make sense, make sure that it visually makes sense, make sure that, at the end of the day, you need to make sure that there's a logic behind it. What we think is cool may not make sense to other viewers. We look for order as a general rule. If you remember your Gestalt, we are always looking for order, okay? So you need to make sure that what you're doing makes sense, okay? And that also from a grid perspective, because you've got to be able to use your CSS grid and Flexbox and put this all together, okay? So make sure that you're going to be able to achieve that. So you're going to want to really take this time to consider all the little tiny details and minutia for your site, okay? And the more you do this week, the more it's going to help you next week, in the future weeks, okay? All right, so what you're going to give this week, you're going to give your updated process book with your one layout with 3 viewpoints, which is what? Computer, iPad, and cell phone views, right? And you're going to give a link to your layouts and so you're going to give me the wireframes updated in XD and also your updated style guide in XD, okay? So that's what you guys are going to deliver. So I am almost done with that video. It just takes a long time, guys, because I'm really making sure I cover everything so that it's clearly laid out for you guys so that you have it, okay? You will have it this week, and it's actually going to be several videos. I'm on the second part of it. I guess I could give you the first part, but I just want to make sure there's no problems at the end, so that if I have to adjust anything. So, but anyways, that's pretty much it, guys. If you need any assistance, let me know. I've gotten through a lot of these projects. It's very time consuming. I apologize. It's a lot more time consuming than I anticipated. I do not know what an easy way to do this. The other thing I would offer and extend out to you, if you guys want to have a one-on-one with me about your project, please reach out. Let me know. I'm more than happy to set up a conference with you guys and go over anything that you need about your project. And as I get this video developed for you also, hopefully that will answer any questions that some of you may have in terms of that CSS grid, okay? Because the thing about it is, and the other thing I would ask that you do is please make sure that you have reviewed in your, is it in projects or is it in course? Not projects, but in course information. Make sure that you've looked at your rubric for your project and the rubric for the process book, because this is what your final process book. So when you turn in your process book at the very end, this is what you're going to be, this is how you're going to be graded, okay? Now, make sure that you guys, so the first part you're supposed to have initial questions. So this is initial questions about the process, and then you have your written research, your visual research, concepts and sketches, comps and finals. Now, make sure that you are including the feedback and then your reflection on the feedback. And I keep telling all of you, you need to add more verbal, you need to add more written dialogue in there. You need to flesh out all of it. You need to go back and flesh it all out, because essentially this is for a lack of a better term, a journal. This is supposed to be you sharing, you putting a sketch up without explaining it is hard. Okay, you need to say, okay, this is my sketch, and this is what I'm going for. This is what I was thinking about. You know, why I'm approaching this project this way. Okay, so you really need to go in, and to also utilize this week to go in there and start making your process books perfect, guys, because these process books will be very scrutinized at the very end, from beginning to end, in terms of making sure that you've met everything in here. And if you're in doubt, go back and review these process videos here, because these videos here explains each section, sort of what is needed in there. So make sure that you take this week to refine your project and refine that process book and get that process book where it needs, because the more you get that done, then that's less work that you have to worry about when you're actually putting this website together. Okay? All right, guys. Great job. You guys are doing a great job. Don't get me wrong. You guys are doing a fabulous job. And just, keep at it. And if you need any assistance, let me know. If you want a one-on-one, let me know. And I will be spending pretty much all day tomorrow grading and looking at everybody's projects and trying to get as much feedback back to you as possible, so that we can keep moving forward here. All right, guys, that's it. Pretty much it. Have a productive week. Do great things.